Okay, can everybody hear me? Welcome. I'm so excited to be here. Don't mind me. Eat your lunch, relax. This is a portion of the day that I hope we give you some hope and you feel better about being a chiropractor. So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Raj Gupta. I'm a graduate of Life College, now University, back in 1996. And I am unbelievably honored to be here. First of all, what I'm talking about today is purpose. Your purpose for being a chiropractor, my purpose, the purpose of our profession. And I want to first acknowledge both Jennifer Poro and Camille Moore, who are not in the room right now, but they put this entire show together. The FCA, what they do here is totally amazing. So please, let's hear it for Jennifer Poro and Camille Moore and the FCA. So as I was saying, they reached out to me, Jennifer, and asked me to speak here at this lunch. And she said, Dr. Raj, the topic of the lunch is going to be purpose. And a tear came to my eye. I couldn't believe that when she thought of purpose, she thought to call me. I'm very flattered. But I will tell you something, she called the right person. I am on purpose. Now, what do I mean by purpose? What I mean by purpose is we all decided to go to chiropractic school for a reason. What was that reason? There's usually two reasons why people go to chiropractic school, and both are okay, but I want to make sure that we have them in the right order. So can anybody give me one of the reasons that they went to chiropractic school? One of the most popular reasons to go to chiropractic school? Anyone? Yes. To help, you've been helped by a chiropractor. Yes. To help people. That's exactly right. And I hope that most everybody in this room went to chiropractic school with that first and foremost in their mind, that they wanted to help people. Now, is there another reason why some people go to chiropractic school? And it's okay, you can say it. What's the other reason? Come on, say it. Money. Money. Now that's an okay purpose, but it cannot be your primary purpose. I'm very fortunate. I have colleagues that I've known for years who are very successful chiropractors. I also know and have colleagues who I graduated chiropractic school who were brilliant academically, great technicians, great clinicians. They could diagnose and treat with the best of them. But unfortunately, they're no longer practicing. So today I'm here to talk about those and try to get us all on the same page so that we could do well. So what makes me special? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I am your average Joe. But I'm going to tell you something. I've had an amazing career. Grateful. Can't believe that, truly, beyond my wildest expectations, I have succeeded in the field of chiropractic. And I'm going to give you my secret why. First of all, I wrote a book on wellness. I'm the wellness expert, called The Wellness Center Solution. And right after this presentation on purpose, I'm going to be delivering a 2-hour lecture on how you can implement wellness services into your practice today. And why do you have to implement wellness services? Well, I believe that wellness is the future of healthcare. I have a 16,000 square foot wellness center with a full-service health club, a full-service medi-spa, and an integrated medical practice, and I believe that's the future. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I've been able to achieve that because of purpose and being on purpose. Now, we spoke about the purpose of wanting to help people, and that is definitely why I went to chiropractic school. Definitely. I had migraine headaches as a teenager, debilitating, vomiting. 3 times a week, I'd go to the school nurse, she would just point to the bed. And I went the medical route. We didn't know any better, my family, so we went to all the doctors. I went to neurologists. I had CAT scans. Eventually, my pediatrician, since everything, of course, came back negative, said that they suggested to my parents that they should take me to a psychologist or a psychiatrist because they thought that all of my problems were self-induced due to anxiety of being in school. Now, I had tons of friends. I had no social disorders. Though common as a teenager, that was not me. And my parents knew it. So we had friends of the family who were a husband and wife chiropractors, and they had been begging my parents for years to bring me in. But, you know, the one thing I've noticed as my career continues to move forward, I'm 22 years a chiropractor now. When I first graduated chiropractic school, chiropractic was not as well accepted in society as it is today. We've made unbelievable strides so that now, if you say you're a chiropractor, you don't have to from the response from people in our society who are hardwired. So I went to the chiropractor. I threw up twice on the way to their office, which was a 10-minute drive. I was very pleased to find out that when I got into their office on the 3rd floor, my head was pounding. They knew how to treat a headache patient. They didn't speak to me. They put me in a dark room. They put ice on my head and on the back of my head. They took x-rays, didn't show me the x-rays at that point, adjusted me, and my headache did not go away. But my eyes opened up. My nausea subsided. And my headache, on a scale from 1 to 10, that was an 11, went down to like a 6. Which was amazing to me, because nothing in the past had I ever done, especially the medications that the doctors had given me to deal with the nausea that came from the migraines that just made me throw up. Nothing helped. Nothing. Except now, this adjustment. And I went back for subsequent visits, and I've been headache-free ever since. It's a long time. Do you think that was enough to make me want to become a chiropractor? You would think so, but no. I'm a business guy. I had a paper route when I was 14 with 100 people on my route, killing it at Christmas time. That was me. I went to Drexel University after high school, and it's a cooperative education, so you work for 6 months, you go to school for 6 months, and I did co-ops at Philadelphia Stock Exchange. I worked at Citibank on Wall Street, and I worked for NASA. That's where I was going. I had a business path. So while I was in college, undergraduate, I was playing tennis. I was an avid tennis player, and I rolled my ankle. I saw the orthopedist, because that's what you do. They told me it was a bad sprain, and that in 4 to 6 weeks with a soft cast and some crutches staying off of it, I'll be fine. So it was about 6 weeks, and I wasn't feeling that I could put more pressure on my ankle. And I was still on the crutches, and I was home that weekend for just visiting my parents. And when I did that once every 4 to 6 weeks, I went to the chiropractor on Saturdays for my maintenance adjustment for my neck and my headaches. I hoofed it up on the crutches 3 flights. When I got there, they asked me what had happened, and they asked if they could take a look at my ankle and my lower back. I said, fine. I left my crutches in their office that day. I was 3 months away from graduating from my undergraduate degree and already accepted a job at the Philadelphia Stock Exchange. That's where I was going. I went back to my parents' house. I went into my room for a couple hours. They called me down for dinner, and over dinner, I told my parents that I think I want to go to chiropractic school. What do you think their reaction was? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? You already accepted a job. And I said, this is what I want to do. 3 weeks later, I was down at Life College, beginning my prerequisites, and the rest was history. I'm going to tell you something. That day changed my life. That day defined my life. I was meant to be a chiropractor. Meant. Born. And fortunate for me. Did you ever hear the expression that if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life? I've never worked a day in my life. Ever. So, what has helped me succeed while others have failed? And I'm going to tell you, it is purpose. Purpose. My purpose, and anyone on my staff of 70 can reiterate my purpose like this. And you know what? Many of them have adopted my purpose. And my purpose is to help as many people as possible avoid unnecessary medication and unnecessary surgery. Today, the big topic is opioid abuse. If you go to drugabuse.gov, you'll see stats from the NIH, the National Institute of Health, that said that last year, in 2017, 72,000 people died of drug overdose. 72,000 people. So I was thinking about that for a second, and I'm demented. I go online, I Google, how many people fit in a jumbo jet airline? You know how many people? About 400 people. So 72,000 people is equivalent to 180 jumbo jets crashing and killing everyone on board. Now, if that would happen, all planes would be grounded. Worse off, if we killed a quarter of the amount of people that drugs did as chiropractors, we'd be eliminated off the planet. So when I'm talking about rewiring people, you need to speak to people. Now, people are hardwired to think that drugs and surgery are the answer. Why? They've been brainwashed. This is how you grew up. This is why my parents, who love me, wouldn't take me to the chiropractor to get rid of my migraines. It just didn't make sense to them. And this is why I'm saying 20, 30 years later now, there's been a huge shift in our society towards the acceptance of alternative health care. And you know what? I shiver when I say that. I hate the word alternative. Why are we considered alternative? Oh my gosh, it upsets me. Just like it should upset you. We should be primary. So let's get back to purpose. It's okay to want to, listen, we want to help people, yes. That's why we do and decided to do what we do. But we also have families to feed. We need to make a living. We need to be able to stay in business. I got 70 families I feed and 70 employees. And that weighs heavy on me. I want to give them the opportunity for growth in every position, from front desk to PT aide to NP. I want them to succeed. Now, and by the way, we have an integrated medical practice. We write no scripts for medication. 0. And we're busy. We see about 250 patients a week. Now, I count my visits where if you see the physical therapist, the chiropractor, the nurse practitioner, the acupuncturist, 4 providers, that counts as 1. So when I say we see 250 a week, we're busy. We're succeeding. And you know why? We're all on purpose. We're all on purpose. The thing that warms my heart the most are our group huddles that we have every day before we see patients. Group huddle is so important. It's like rounds in a hospital. And the best part of that group huddle is not discussing all the patients and how we're going to treat them and everybody chiming in from their own discipline on how we can make better gains. That's awesome. But what's better is reading the testimonials and the thank you cards that we get from patients, telling us how we've changed their life for the better forever. So here's the thing about purpose. It's okay. Who here can relate to this? Have you ever been in with a new patient and struggling in the clinic to the point where in your head you're thinking, I need to close this person? Meaning, you need them more than they need you. That is a formula for disaster. The one thing I tell my patients when I sit down with them for the first time, I introduce myself. I tell them, look, I hope I can help you, but I don't accept everybody for care. That immediately turns the tables on them and brings down their wall. Everybody's got this wall up saying, I'm not gonna succumb. They're a little, not just with chiropractors, it's called white coat syndrome. They don't like to forego, they're just worried, they're concerned, they've got a wall up. As soon as I tell a patient, I don't accept everybody for care, they'll look at me kind of cross-eyed. And I said, listen, I hope I can help you. I have over a 90% success rate in our office, but it's totally loaded. I only take those people I know I can help. And I hope I can help you. Now, all of a sudden, so are they. Now that there's an option that I may not take them for care, they're now hoping that I do. You understand how that turns the tables on your patient? I don't need a patient, and I will tell them that. When I'm out there and I do marketing, and I'm speaking to somebody about their health problems, and I offer them the opportunity to come in for a complimentary consultation, and they say yes, I tell them, whoa, don't do this for me. Do this for you. I love you, man. I want to help you. I don't need you. I'm a busy dude helping people in our community. Purpose. My purpose is to rewire them and change their lives so that they are not always reaching for the over-the-counter medications. First, it's not, you should never take these. But even the manufacturers of Advil, Tylenol, acetaminophen, they'll tell you that you're only meant to take their product 3 times a year. Not 3 times a day, 3 times a week. But we have a society of people who have an open ear to alternative health care, but still are pre-programmed to reach for the pills. So my job and my purpose is to help as many people, and now my purpose has changed over the years, and it's okay, but my purpose is to help as many people as possible in my community, which I've done. I've helped thousands of people in my community. My practice has been around for 15 years. I'm well known throughout the community. I've been fortunate enough to be in U.S. World News Report, New York Daily News. I've been on Fox News Radio. I was on Women's Day, which I didn't even know existed until I had an article in there. It's actually pretty popular. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's all over the place. I've been very fortunate. People have been coming to me, like today, to ask me to speak, or just because I've got my head on straight. I understand if you are on purpose, everything else will follow. And it's okay to have money in there somewhere, but it can't be first and foremost. If money comes before your purpose, you will fail. Now again, I understand we got to put food on the table. But if you are out there every day, and this is very difficult to do, but I had to do it. I had to put my family, my bills, my house aside and worry about my purpose first. And miraculously, by doing that, I was able to pay my bills. I was able to grow. Again, beyond my wildest expectations. So I ask you, what is your purpose? Was that purpose to go to chiropractic school to help people? Has that kind of, listen, every day we get beaten down a little bit. I built this huge wellness center. Huge, 16,000 square feet, $30,000 a month in rent. And you know what happened? Hurricane Sandy. I almost lost everything. But you know what? Even in my toughest times, I was on purpose. And purpose led me through. I knew that my community needed a wellness center. I knew that my community was going to benefit from what I was doing, and I was going to fight for it or die. I tell people all the time, this wellness center, before it was successful, is either going to succeed or you're going to bury me in it. And that's how I'm serious as a heart attack when I say that. And I think you could see it. My genuineness comes across when I'm doing a consultation with the patient. Now, if my premier reason and purpose was to make money, that too would come through. So, today, and again, I'm very, very honored to be able to speak to my colleagues. Again, I'm an average Joe who's done remarkable things. But I'm going to tell you, my secret to success is simply purpose. I know why I was put on this earth. And it was to rewire our society from thinking drugs and surgery are the answer. 72,000 people died last year as a result of drug abuse. Now, I'm not talking about heroin. I'm not talking about recreational drugs that kill people too. I'm talking about drugs that were given to people by their physicians in hopes of helping them, killed them. So doctors, colleagues, I beg of you, make your purpose to rewire America. This is the best time ever. The door is open, more so than ever before. All you have to do is kick it open further. Why is it open? 72,000 people died last year as a result of abuse of drugs and surgery. So I'll get off my pulpit, but I'm going to say this. I hope that my talk has helped you to look in the mirror later tonight and center yourself. I know. It's tough to be a chiropractor. It's tough to be a physician. You got to fight the insurance companies. You got to fight for your money. You got to fight with patients. You got to fight with staff. By the way, I have the answer for you there too. It's called the Wellness Center Solution. Right after here, I'm speaking up at Bray Hill 1718. The Wellness Center Solution. I'm going to teach you how to put these wellness services into your office that gives you something to offer patients other than drugs and surgery. It also diversifies your practice so you are less dependent on insurance company reimbursement, which, by the way, is being reduced every month, every year. You know that. They're making it harder and harder. But I'm going to tell you, it's easy. It's easy to succeed. Be on purpose. Know what you're doing. Know why you do it. Be proud that you do it. Change lives. There's no better reward to me. Not money. There's not enough money in the world to give me more satisfaction than the thank yous we get during our morning huddle and review. That is why you do it. That is why we went to chiropractic school. So I want to, before I leave the stage and turn you over to my mentor, probably, listen, if I could be a tenth of the guy that Dr. Fab Mancini is, and a representative of our profession, I'm doing a good thing. But please come speak to me. My booth is right outside here. From here, I'm going directly to my next lecture, which is 2 hours, the Wellness Center Solution. But then after that, I'll be signing books. Please come speak to me. Say hello. See if some of my purpose can't rub off on you. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want all of you to give yourself a round of applause for taking your time out this weekend to come further yourself in our profession of chiropractic. Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Raj Gupta.